Hi there, I'm Michelle Munn from multiSEARCH Recruitment, and I'm joined today by Gavin Buys, who's a business advisor with Gavin Buys HR and Consulting. And together we've joined forces to assist businesses and some of our clients with a recent lockdown moving from level 5 to level 4. Some businesses in certain sectors are able to operate again. So Gavin, just a question for you. What are the legal obligations of these employers to allow them to operate again?
Good afternoon, Michelle, and thank you very much for chatting to me today. Since we've moved from level 5 to level 4 of lockdown, government has released regulations that focus heavily on occupational health and safety measures that employers are obligated to implement in order to mitigate the risk of infection of COVID-19 spreading amongst the workforce and, of course, to customers.
Okay, perfect. So then what specific measures do these businesses need to put in place?
So the measures that businesses have to comply with are broken down into 3 categories according to the size of companies or the number of employees. So for companies that are small, that have 1 to 10 employees, the focus is more on safe working practices regarding COVID hygiene and less about documentation. So safe working practices is obviously hand sanitizing, social distancing, wearing masks, etc. And there are 1 or 2 documents that are required by Department of Labour. But as businesses get larger in size, so from 10 to 200, all those safe working practices have to be adhered to, as well as a number of documents. So it's things like a risk assessment, a workplace readiness plan, a risk register, staff training, communication, etc. There is a number of documents that the Department of Labour requires in that respect. And then for companies that are over 500 employees, it's the same requirements as those from 10 to 200 employees, excepting that things like temperature scanning has to be done daily, a record has to be kept of it, and all documentation has to be sent to the authorities.
Great. Thanks for that advice, Gavin. And finally, what happens if the businesses don't comply?
Currently, there are inspectors from Department of Labour that are conducting widespread inspections throughout the country against the regulations, and they're using very strict criteria to obviously carry out those inspections. If they find that there's non-compliance, they will prosecute, and there are hefty penalties involved. So in order to help employers avoid those penalties, we are supporting them by helping them become compliant, and in doing so we are offering compliance kits according to the size of the organizations, plus guidance and support throughout the process.
Excellent. Gavin, thank you so much for joining.
My pleasure, Michelle, and thank you very much for the opportunity to chat with you this afternoon.
And if you're a business owner or a hiring manager of an organization and you'd like to get in contact with us, you'd like our support, please email us at connect@multisearch.co.za. Our number is 031 566 1960. Get in touch and we'd be glad to see how we could help.